But can you guys believe Dr. Doom came in at the end like that? What the fuck? Wow. I'm kidding. Listen, this is a spoiler talk / review, okay? I have an actual review up on my channel already. If you haven't seen the movie just yet, I'm gonna be talking about spoilers. So get the fuck out of this video, go watch the movie and my review, and then come back and then we'll go through everything together, okay? From the first 5 minutes of the film, you have to deal with the characters dealing with Chadwick Boseman's death, which was already heavy. Like that was a pretty heavy fucking scene, and it made it even worse because fucking Ryan Coogler, being the awesome fucking director he is, did it all in one shot. Like he's following Shuri all around her like little lab while she's freaking out, anxiety's kicking in, she's in denial, she's trying to like beat the system in a way, trying to find a cure for her brother, and like it's all happening at once, and you're just thinking to yourself, you're like, oh my god, like this is real. That's what I meant when I said I don't go to movies to think, I go to movies not to think. But sometimes I appreciate when a movie can make me feel. This part of the movie really made me feel like Chadwick Boseman was dying right now. Like in that moment when I was watching this, I'm thinking he is dying and there's nothing we can do about it. And you have to give props to Ryan Coogler, because if it wasn't for him directing that scene the way he did and Letitia Wright acting the way that she was acting in that scene, I mean, the performance in this film, you cannot take it for granted. You cannot look away from it. Letitia Wright pulled in an amazing performance in this role. First off, I mean, right after her brother passes away, right, she has to go to the funeral. She has to be greeted by the entire country, essentially. She has to show her face in front of all these people, and she's not ready to accept the fact that her brother just died when she knows could have saved him. And that's what she's having to deal with throughout the entire film, is she could have saved her brother, but she couldn't. It's one of those things where you're battling with your brain versus your heart. Her brain, she believes that she could have saved her brother, but in her heart, she knows she couldn't. Because no matter what, the sickness had already taken him. By the time she was even 20% done with the cure, she has to deal with the fact that he's gone now and move on and stop blaming the world and angry about it, and just remember that it's up to her now to be the protector. And I love how they did that in this movie. I love the fact that she did successfully create the heart-shaped herb. I love the fact that she went to the ancestral plane, and I love the fact that the person she saw was Eric fucking Killmonger, bro. Michael B. Jordan, bro. The theater went nuts. They went crazy. Dude, first off, the way the scene was shot was fucking amazing. Like the cinematography and the everything about this scene was just chef's kiss. Right? So Shuri's in the throne room. She's walking around, she's looking around and shit. Everything's all dark. It's all purple, you know, ancestral plane stuff. And it's like, that's right where her mom just died. Like, her mom just died 2 scenes ago. Okay, and she's standing in there right now. She's looking around. She looks at the throne from the back, so you can't see who's sitting in there. And you just see like this little bun. It looks like either a bun or a hat. You know what I mean? So she's walking around and she's thinking she's about to see her mom, right? And nope, surprise, Killmonger, motherfucker. Killmonger sitting on the throne. His hair's grown out. He's wearing all white. He's got flip-flops on and shit. And he's like, hey, cuz. And he just steals that fucking scene. And look, I can see how some people might have saw that scene and it was like, it's obvious that, you know, Chadwick should have been in that scene, and they just like filled the role with Killmonger and da-da-da-da. Listen, you're thinking too much. Stop thinking so much, okay? Stop it. That was amazing. I love the fact that they did that, because that was such a curveball. No one saw that coming. I for sure didn't see that coming, because last time I checked, they hate each other. Like genuinely hate each other. Like T'Challa and Killmonger, they didn't get along. They didn't like each other, of course, but at the end they had that mutual respect, you know, and they had that moment. Shuri and him never had that moment. So her seeing him in the astral plane threw her for a loop, because now she has to confront her actual motivation. And it's not for love. It's not to protect her people. It's for revenge. She wants revenge against the world. She wants to make the world feel how she felt when she couldn't save her brother. And it was just expertly written. expertly shot, expertly acted. From top to bottom, that scene is just 10 out of 10. That scene alone, 10 out of 10. Oh my God. And Michael B. Jordan, that performance he had, and then I love the fact that she ended up going with the helmet that he wore as Black Panther. The one that he was wearing, that's the one she used to inspire her suit. And one thing, okay, I put the track in my review, my spoiler-free review. Listen to that track. It's from the film. You've seen the film. You know the track. You know what I'm talking about. When she drops in with her suit and those fucking synths are going off and shit, I was just like orgasm. Like I was coming like all over my pants. Like it was nuts, dude. It was nuts. That is hands down the hardest MCU score, period. It just made the scene, all in all. And the suit looks fucking phenomenal. I like how they made her like integrate some technology onto the suit, and you can see it when she's fighting Namor on the beach. She takes some damage on her suit, and you can see some of it's breaking off. That's the alterations she made. So that goes right back into the conflict she has with technology and her ancestors. The suit is fine, but she has to add those little knickknacks and shit that don't hold up after a while. What really holds up at the end of the day is her spirituality. That was the key there. And then let's talk about Namor. I mean, talk about having an amazing villain. Everybody loved Killmonger. Everybody could relate to him. It was brave of Marvel to create a character like that and put them on screen, and especially in the climate that we were in at that time. But Namor, I mean, I don't want to say he's way better than Killmonger. He's more fleshed out. You know what I'm saying? He was the villain from start to finish. Kinda. He's not the real villain. The real villain, of course, is the colonizers who want to take vibranium and essentially start a war between Wakanda and Tolokan. And that time that you spent in Tolokan with Namor and with Shuri, him showing the land and showing his people and opening himself up, that vulnerability you don't get to see from an antagonist. And Tenoch Huerta's acting, like he killed this role. He was charming. Like when he'd start talking and he cracked that little smile, and you know he got that little accent, like you want to trust the guy, you know, and you feel for him, because at the end of the day he does have a valid point. We as humans, we have a tendency to take shit that we want without having to worry about the natives. You know, if there's oil there, we're going to invade their land, we're going to take their oil, we need it for our society, fuck those guys. And he knows that. He knows at the moment that vibranium is able to be found, eventually they're going to come for Tolokan because he has a valuable resource. But he has to keep his people safe. And that's the number one priority in his mind, is my people are going to be safe. I don't care about anything else. When it's my people on the line, I'm coming for everybody. All right, I'm biting heads off. I'm stabbing people in the back. It doesn't matter. And that scene on that beach, it was a very small scene, but that scene on the beach with Queen Ramonda and Namor, and she's trying to threaten him, and she says, "Listen, give me my daughter back, or I'm gonna kill your people. We're gonna go to war. We have more weapons. We have all this stuff." It's like right after she said, "Kill your people or harm your people," he heard nothing else after that. He just walked up to her, just like, "If one of your soldiers comes into my land, I'm gonna flood your city. I'm gonna kill all your people." He just went off, and I'm just like, yo, I believe you, bro. I believe you. We know you got it like that, bro. It's okay, dude. I still don't understand how they made a guy with feathers on his feet look cool. Like, what the fuck? That was crazy. And then of course, you know, the ending. I feel like the ending's gonna be a little bit controversial because it was one of those like, oh, kumbaya, we're all good now endings. But I actually really appreciated the ending where Shuri kicks his ass, or Namor kicks her ass, and they kick each other's ass, and they're both down, and they say to each other, you know, like what the Black Panther said in Captain America Civil War, where he was introduced: vengeance has consumed them, it's consuming you, I'm done letting it consume me. Comes back in the end of this movie, where essentially Shuri has Namor at the spear, she's ready to kill him, and she says to herself, we can't do this, because if I kill you, your people are going to try to kill us, and then you're going to kill some of us, we're going to kill some of you, it's going to be a never-ending war. You know what I'm saying? Let's just make up, you know, let's just make a pact, let's call for peace. All right, we're not each other's enemy, we're each other's allies. And at the end of the movie, before the credits and all that, Namor is kind of like plotting a little bit. He's like, listen, when they come for Wakanda, they're going to come to us. They're going to ask us for help. So when that time comes, we just need to be ready. And I didn't know whether or not he's plotting against Wakanda, like he's waiting for that moment so that when they're vulnerable, he can attack, or if he's just waiting for Wakanda to give him the thumbs up so that he can invade the mainland. It's very interesting because of how complex Namor is as a character. You don't know if he'd go that far or if he's really changed a new leaf and he's ready to defend Wakanda with their people and come together. All in all, guys, I mean, one more thing I need to talk about. Oh my God, I didn't get to talk about this in my non-spoiler review because I didn't want to spoil anything. But there's two people in this film I really wanted to talk about, actually, as Danai Gurira and Angela Bassett. Both of them, oh my God, their performances were fucking amazing. Like I said, everybody's performance in this movie is fucking great. But Angela Bassett stole every scene she was in. Every time she did a monologue, I felt that shit in my soul. Every time she talked, I just wanted to say, yes, ma'am, and sit my ass down. That's how much she slayed this movie. She slayed it. Every scene she was in, murking it. And talk about being ripped. I mean, did you see her shoulders, bro? Like, she looked like, you know, when Conor McGregor was fighting Donald Cerrone and he hit him with the shoulder piece and broke his eye socket. Like, she looked like she could do that shit, honestly. Like, that's how brolic she looked in this movie. And then, of course, Danai Gurira, she plays Okoye. Oh my God, look. I didn't expect her character to have this much layers in the sequel, let alone this much emotion. I mean, I thought she was going to die on that fight scene on the bridge. That scene was intense, dude. I mean, they're going back and forth, vibranium versus vibranium. He's clearly got the advantage because he's bigger, he's stronger. He grabs her staff, grabs her and smacks her staff with her. Not the staff to her, smacks her with the staff. It was badass, okay? Riri Williams was awesome. I enjoyed her in the movie. She was clearly meant to be the comic relief. She played her role good. The actress did an amazing job. I'm excited to see what they do with her character in the future, whether or not they're gonna revisit her character or not. But guys, again, this movie is fucking awesome. It's fuego. Check it out if you haven't. I mean, of course you have. Why else would you be here, you fucking psycho? Anyway, guys, if you guys like this video, please like, subscribe for more content. Comment below what you want to see me talk about next. Hit that bell icon for notifications, and let's get weird.